What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today, and we are doing another rebuild on Madden 22, and today it is of the Seattle Seahawks, but with a little bit of a twist in considering the way we do rebuilds. This is a pretty painful one for me, and that is because we cannot make any trades. Now, we have done ones where it's draft only, which is kind of similar to that, but with teams that aren't as bad as this one is in terms of Madden. Of course, even in real life, you can make the argument that, I mean, without Russell Wilson, we may be talking about the worst team in the league for years, or has been for years. You know, there's obviously a couple of individuals that are pretty good, like Bobby, Wagner, DK Metcalf. Carson's not too bad. Lockett's pretty good. You know, you've got a couple of decent players in the secondary, but overall, it's a very rough team that just wouldn't win a lot of games without Russell. And obviously, you know, he didn't have his best season last year. They haven't done anything to upgrade the offensive line. They haven't done anything really to upgrade the defense that much. I mean, they made a massive trade for Jamal Adams, which was just too much of a reach. I mean, if you're giving multiple first-round picks up, in my opinion, it's either got to be a lockdown corner or a pass rusher if you're going for the defensive side of the ball. There's no other way around it. And not that, like, Adams isn't good, but considering they had to pay him and give up first-round picks, especially with a 7 and 10 year like this, it wasn't worth it, simply put. But the biggest thing about this, not only that we have to keep players that are aging, like Russell Wilson. You know, there's talks about trading him in real life. You could get a haul for him. I don't know how long he's going to last in Madden with them having him as an 88 overall. He is an X factor, but 88 overall is pretty rough. But we can't trade off some of the older guys. Like, we can't trade off Bobby Wagner before he regresses too hard. We can't trade off, you know, maybe retrade Jamal Adams for something. We have to keep everyone on the team or just let him go to free agency. As far as the draft goes, you guys know I don't go a single draft without trading up or down. This time I have to. If there's a player that's going to go before me, I either have to take them a whole round early or I just have to suck it up and take it, honestly. So this is going to be pain. I'm not sure how difficult it is. Once again, I chose one of the teams that I felt was harder than most. Once again, lacking a little bit in the draft capital, and they got some older pieces, and you've seen how many normal dev players there are. There's a lot. There's a ton. So, yeah, I mean, this is going to be a challenge for sure, and if you guys like these types of rebuilds, you know, challenge rebuilds, or just rebuilds in general, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and then the biggest thing you can do is let me know in the comment section below what you would like to see next for a rebuild challenge. Actually, the real biggest thing you could do is check out the second channel, PK Plays. I literally always have it in the end of the video cards. It'll have a link to it, and there's always you know, maybe a clip every once in a while, a couple of clips. But let's go on. I got to make sure that the Bengals win this one. Last time I did this, the Bengals, wrong one. I got to make sure the Rams win this one, because last time I did it was a 50-50 shot. And, of course, the Bengals won, so I had to re-enter the league. Because even though it's not big, it can do some things. That's what I said to her. And afterwards, she found out that not only is it not big, I'm also a liar. Ooh, that's a pretty cool Super Bowl. Not only am I going to be not having a first-round pick, to my knowledge, right? The Seahawks don't have their own first-round, right? But we're going to do a real-life class, so we get to watch all these real players that we would love to have go away. I actually do like Quandre Diggs quite a bit, and I don't know if I think a 4-year 22 is fair. I'd rather do like a 3-year 18 or something like that, but I don't know, dude. 29 years old, that's scary, but it is what it is. DJ Reed, another guy that I really like in-game at least. I don't know, he's all right in real life. I like his attitude in real life. Maybe a future safety himself. A 3-year 16.4. We need corners. He's young. Rashad Penny just a little too injury prone. Same with Sidney Jones. Gerald Everett, I think we could do better. Will Dissly, I might need to look into this, because Will Dissly might be a guy that they actually would keep. But at the end of the day, even though it's a realistic style, I do get to make moves that I think are the best for the team. And I don't know if keeping guys that aren't quality starters on the team is good for the team. I think I'm going to let all these guys go. Not that they're, like, not okay, but they're not great. I'm not going to do that. We do have a little bit of money to spend for free agency, which is nice. But the draft, even without that first-round pick, is kind of it's going to be our moneymaker. Let's see who's there. So Davante Adams, who's obviously going to be tagged in real life. Casey Hayward's not a bad one-year guy. I just don't know if he leaves Vegas. Odell's probably looking to get paid if he can, which I think the best he's going to get is like a 2-year 20, honestly. Casey Hayward, I think, even though it's a 1-year deal, I think it's a good contract. I think it's not the worst play for him to come here. Trent Brown, that's an interesting name. Is he a guy that would be let go? Like, I know he's good. I just don't know, like, if he'll return. I'm going to say, you know what? I think he's here in real life. I think there's a chance with the Patriots cap situation, with how much money they spent in the previous offseason, that they might not be able to afford him. I'm going to do it. I'm going to sign Trent Brown. The Seahawks finally get an offensive lineman. Well, they at least attempt to get an offensive lineman. I don't know if that's actually going to be somebody that comes here or not, but Gronk would be a fun name. I know he's like kind of thought about maybe not retiring, and I could definitely see it. I don't know if he's going to, though. I don't know if I really like that decision for him to come here, but maybe Rashaan Evans would be fun with Bobby Wagner, but I don't know. I don't want to spend too much in free agency here. We definitely could use a number 2 cornerback. The Patriots are lacking. I keep saying the Patriots. Seahawks are lacking hard in the cap. Not the cap, the speed. Jesus, the Patriots got me all sorts of ways. That's why I hate them so much. But lacking in speed, definitely on defense, without a doubt. And we are going to be adding to that with Dante Jackson, super burner, if, once again, he decides to come to the team. A little expensive, not maybe in real-life terms, but in Madden terms, a little expensive. He's 26, a 4-year 40-something, 43, 44. We're basically stuck with him. So, you know, we got to hope that he is the option. Evan Ingram would be decent, but once again, a little expensive for my liking. Tanyan's probably going to get an okay contract somewhere. I'd say probably $5 million a year is fair for him. All right, moment of truth. Are we dead in the cap? We are going to find out in a second. No shot. I bumped the offer. Trent was so much higher. We literally have no tackles. The 2 players I wanted most are gone from our team. D Ford, I wouldn't say gone from our team. They're never on the damn team. But D Ford was a pretty cheap deal. It was like a 1-year 4, which, I mean, this team needs any help it can get. They got a very, very good, I wouldn't even say deal, but just a lot of value out of Dunlap over the last few seasons. So maybe we'll see that with D Ford. BJ Hill, not bad, a 2-year 13. And then Casey Hayward, we did drop to a 1-year 10. Which now that we didn't get Dante Jackson, I'm a little glad we got him there because we would have been completely screwed. At least we have a good corner with DJ Reed for at least a season. Doesn't completely rule us out of going for a different corner, but overall that's the goal right now. Just those 2 at least. And it would still be nice to try and get some other player, another, a tackle, if there's even any left. So for the team needs, tackle is way up there. Center, obviously, I'm not too worried about. There's always a lot of centers we can grab. Russell Wilson, did he actually regress? Was it just that late for the regression? Jesus. Quarterback might be on the damn list at this rate. 87 overall. I mean, he's good, but if he keeps regressing, I don't know. Metcalf's an X factor, which I don't know if I agree with. I did drop the dev. Oh, wait, is he an X factor in the game? Never mind. Okay, I thought he went up in dev based on, the season. I removed Tyler Lockett, superstar dev. He's good. I just don't think he's superstar dev good. He's very close, though, but he's on the edge. Like, I feel like if you give Lockett a superstar, I feel like you have to give a lot of players superstar. Not that he's not good. He's so close, though. Defensively, we need a cornerback, probably. Not the number 1 need this season. A DN for sure. Once again, even though Dunlap is good, it's still a Madden rebuild at the end of the day. His ratings do suck, even though he's been pretty good over the last few seasons. Like I said, linebackers, I think we could just rock with what we have, to be honest. Safety for the future, but not right now. So really just look for a DN, maybe a DT if it's there. Corner for the future. And then offense needs all the focus you can get. A tight end, the whole offensive line outside of maybe Damian Lewis, who even, 25 years old, 72 overall. It's not great. Gabe Jackson, 76 overall. He's 31. So, yeah, no first-round pick on top of it, I believe. This is exactly what I was hoping for. No Tanyan, but we get Riley Reeve, so I mean, we're adding slightly to the offensive line. Damn, this random left tackle, he's not like random, but you know, he's like kind of an under-the-radar tackle. It would have been something to have, you know, something. Not on the team, though. Pick 10 in the second round. Let's take a look at who goes first. Left tackle, we've been seeing that a lot lately. Thibodeau at number 2. I thought it's like Aiden Hutchinson guaranteed. Huh? Where the hell is Aiden Hutchinson? To the freaking Giants. That's a win. I don't know why I'm not just skipping to pick. Once again, we can't trade up or anything like that. I'm kind of just like, damn, I thought Trent McDuffie might have been there at our pick, but that's just not the case. Just kind of just hoping for the best, and that obviously is not the case. But let us draft our pick, our player, Trayvon Walker. I don't know a whole lot about him here, so I'm not really going to be taking him, unfortunately. Charles Cross. I thought it's Charlie Cross. I don't know how good he is. I don't even know if he's allowed to be here. I need to at least see late first-round pick for me to take someone at pick 10 in the second round. Like real life, at least. It was a little confusing there, I know. Debating on taking this guy because he's not going to be there next round. We need a damn pass blocker, and he looks really good at it. I'm just going to take him, honestly. He is hidden. I honestly thought he might have been normal, but thankfully he's not. We're going to the next pick. We really need an edge rusher. I don't know if there's going to be one there for us, though, so we'll take a look. I didn't actually look at Weidermeyer. I had imagined he was gone right away, though. Walker's supposed to be long gone, by the way, so I'm not going to touch that. Myjai Sanders, I, once again, do not know. It's tough for me to find because, you know, there's not a whole lot of crazy second round into third round mock drafts right now, so it's not super easy to do, and there's a website that I, you know, look at sometimes that pulls up, like, every mock draft on the freaking internet, and unfortunately with that, they go for the, like, the top first, so like it could all be, you know, the very best of the best, but I'm pretty sure Sanders is nowhere near a third round talent. I just don't think Sanders is going to be there. I have seen a few like late second round projections for him and some into the third round. I just don't think he's going to be there, so we're going to go with Salyer here. We're just going to pass on edge rusher, I guess. Salyer, hidden development trait. That's what I thought. I didn't guarantee it, but I had like an 80% understanding that he was going to be, you know, hidden development trait, which I'm glad he was. But let's take a look at our fourth round selection. Once again, we can't trade down, so all of this cap hit as well is definitely making me sad. I think Mechie's a first round talent, which is unfortunate. I mean, yay for him. Woo! All right, I was looking at Trey McBride, but he's like a second rounder, I'm pretty sure. Isaiah Likely, we've had him before. I'm pretty sure he is normal, but we need a starting tight end. He's actually not bad. His catching looks good, and he is a fourth round projected, so we're going to grab him. 83 speed, 86 excel. Kind of like a slower Gerald McCoy, which I'm a Gerald McCoy, okay. Maybe not that slow. But Gerald Everett, who obviously they just lost, but don't have to pay him as much at least. And we're also going to go Zachary Carter. I know that the Seahawks like their bigger defensive ends, and Zachary Carter fits that bill. He's fast enough to play the edge for us, so we're going to go with him. And he's hidden. Okay, I did not know that. I thought he was decent. I don't remember if we ever seen him before. Maybe we did know where he was hidden, and I'm just, like, stupid. But that's a win. Mechie finally goes. What else can we do? The punter, Jaleel Billingsley. Of course, not eligible, but hasn't chosen to be eligible, I suppose, if you will. We could go with a running back. Who do we have on our list? I had a few. Did I only have Price on my list? We could use a backup running back. Obviously, this guy's pretty fast for a bigger guy. I'm going to go with Devontae Price. I have no idea if that's where he was projected or not. It's a running back, though, so I figured those guys are so hard to grade and figure out where they're going to go, as long as they're not, like, the best of the best top 2 round guys, which obviously it appears he isn't. But one final pick 10 in the 7th round. Obviously, the video, you're supposed to not... what is that called? Trade. You're not allowed to trade, but I'm still proud of myself that I didn't even accidentally try trading. I do want to see the, what is it called? The kicker-punter situation, because I imagine it's not looking great in Seattle for those two, right? Punter should be fine, yeah, that's what I figured. And then kicker, you can rock Myers, but I feel like maybe we should go for a new guy. Actually, we'll go with a fullback. Why not? We need a fullback around here. We don't really need one, but we'll go for one. Why not? Connor Hayward. I feel like we've seen this name. Maybe not. A D run block. Was that a F impact? At least, like, you know, like Leonard's here. He's a liar. You know, I don't need to see it. Just don't show me it, and maybe you get a chance to get drafted. I'm gonna go with Leonard's. His, you know, his lies are really intriguing me, and I don't know how good he is. I don't really care. But all in all, that was not a bad draft. We landed several hiddens for positions we desperately needed. Did we sell? We might have sold on, like, cornerback, but overall, we actually did a pretty good job. We filled, like, pretty much every position we really desperately needed. Like I said, specifically at offensive line. 270 overall linemen. This guy's a little on the iffy side. Riley Reef, maybe could play anywhere. I don't know about this guy. He's a second rounder. He kind of feels like a right tackle, but I suppose, you know, we're going to have to put him there. You know, it's not like you can't play left tackle. I know it's a little bit harder, but, you know, maybe he'll be better there. I don't freaking know. Maybe he'll be a god there. All you need to do is get that chance. Left guard. I don't know if we actually need the left guard specifically. We may play him at center for the first year, which I know he's a little hefty to be playing center, but it is an easier position, if you will, so I guess, I mean, I don't know, we'll just put him at center, simply put. 68 overall, Isaiah Likely. Isaiah likely to not be our starter in a few years, I'll tell you that. Zachary Carter, a little bit lower of an overall, 69 overall. I'd imagine he's star. Going to be keeping him at the starting right end spot. Fullback and running back don't really look that good. Well, I mean, the running back doesn't look that bad. His run block's 12, which is interesting. I feel like that was a forgetful thing. But I'm not really sure why his overall's so low. I don't mind him. He's a little bit on the slower side, I suppose, but fair enough. I mean, we got some starters, and that's really all you can ask for. Specifically when they're offensive linemen, because that's kind of like all Russell's asked for. All right, here's the squad for the first year of us actually kind of like controlling the team. I know offseason's like half a year of us, you know, controlling the team. But we have 2 hidden development traits. You have 1 star dev, so you still need to replace the right side of the line. You likely have to replace the tight You do have to replace Lockett, I'd imagine. And then Chris Carson, we'll see. I mean, this guy just doesn't really stay healthy super often, so in general, you probably want to replace him. But as far as like overall and how he'll play and, you know, age and all that, maybe you need to as well. Wagner needs to be replaced soon enough. You know, Hayward's like a 1-year deal. So, yeah, I mean, we added some talent, but we're obviously very, very far away from being able to, you know, say that the team is rebuilt, say that the team is, I mean, even Super Bowl ready. It's hard to say because, once again, Russell, DK, and Lockett, those 3, I mean, it's a good combination. And obviously, if Chris Carson stays healthy, very good combination. Could be enough, right? Offenses, you know, is how you score points, obviously. So, we'll see, but I can't imagine we're going to win a Super Bowl, even come close, maybe even make the playoffs. Already having a pretty bad time of it in preseason. Calling it quits. Bobby Wagner is going to retire mid-season, huh? All right, if you say so. Convince him to stay. I mean, Bobby probably is getting up there. You know, if it was, like, I knew obviously who it was, but if it was somebody that I feel like isn't close to retirement, you know, I would probably not do it, but I feel like he is probably close to retirement, especially with the status of the team. And, yeah, with a couple of matchups, I mean, these are winnable games, so you would have to like the chances of him returning, whether it's, you know, him being, like, I don't know why I looked at that. We literally lost. Like, but, you know, his chance of returning, even if it's not super high morale, is pretty high. Or not. I mean, this is probably the last chance. I mean, if you can't keep him, if you can't win these games, you know, I don't know what are you doing? Like, the Giants and the Jets coming up, we just lost to the Falcons, did we? Like, or we're about to lose to the Falcons. I mean, no, I mean, we're never going to lose to the Falcons. To be fair, they are actually, they were 4-1. I didn't even think about that. But come on, BJ Hill. Give me the dev up. Woo! Yeah, let's roll out that red carpet, baby. 20K. We should have went with more than a 2-year, apparently, because he's actually halfway decent. Also, I keep forgetting to, not that it usually matters because we're never ready right away anyways in the Buccaneers. They do lose Tom Brady pretty quickly. Keep forgetting to remove Tom Brady from the game. Like, he's retired. I mean, I don't know if that's going to stay the case, but as for right now, these rebuilds shouldn't have him in there. So, you know, I'm not really sure what I'm doing there. And speaking of what I'm doing, what the hell am I doing? Oh, yeah, I want to change the scheme because this scheme isn't working out too well. I'm going to try running Philadelphia. I kind of, you know, I can see some similarities. See how they could work together. Oh, that's it. Bob, we lost 4 in a row. Bobby's gone, dude. He's out of here. He's left the building. Yeah, he's gone. Once again, a mid-season retirement's pretty dumb, but at the same time, I get it for for next season even. Oh, TJ Reed. Damn it, dude. And I did want to keep Bobby as well. I mean, the contract would have been kind of tough anyways. I imagine we probably had to pay him, but it would have been nice to keep him still another year or two. I always offer him in free agency, and wow, this team is really bad. I mean, I knew it was kind of bad. I didn't think it was this bad, though, as the Rams have turned around. They were like 1-4, and I missed the focus. Damn it. The turnaround, my anus canal. I will say, once again, it's going to suck if we do have a top pick, and we can't trade it, because that's kind of the whole video point, but it's better than not having a top pick, although we're starting to win here all of a sudden. This is what Chris Carson's performance was like, and they were like, and he played well, but I was hoping for, more. It's like we just beat the Chiefs after having a terrible season. Relax. All right, we waited a little deep into the season, or waited till a little bit deep into the season to make our re-signings. Metcalf is going to be that guy for us. A 7-year, 145. Chris Carson, I don't know how the numbers look, but I imagine they're decent, so let's take a quick look. First things first. And he is having a pretty good year. I mean, once again, these injury-prone years, it'd be hard to re-sign him in real life, but in game, he's playing pretty well for us. So even as a backup, perhaps, which I just don't see it, but 4-year 31 or whatever, it does suck that that's how it works. You're inconsistent injury-wise. You haven't even played much or well, and for a couple of seasons, you finally have a good year. That last year is enough to get you the contract half the time. It's really unfortunate, but I suppose it's better than the owner keeping the money, I guess. I don't know. I think I'm just speaking from a Nick Perry hater. I wouldn't say hater, but I don't know what I would call it. I still remember seeing, top free agents, where will they go? And it was like Nick Perry to the Titans. I was like, I don't mind. Bye. See ya. And they signed him again, and then he disappeared. He literally disappeared. That is a man that absolutely disappeared from the league. He went away. And I'm glad we won a bunch of games in a row. We were like 3-8. We went 8-9. Wow. Good job, boys. Also got to remove Henry Ruggs in the future. Russell Wilson. I mean, pretty Russell Wilson-like season. Chris Carson, pretty good season. Metcalf, not super great. Eskridge, I completely forgot he even existed. Lockett, even though he was number 2 and the number 1 in the slot, didn't really play that well. Isaiah Likely was okay. It's a tight end after all. And a tight end on the Seahawks. It's even worse. Pass rush, I don't know if we had anyone do well. BJ Hill actually has been pretty good for us here. Zachary Carter, not bad. I mean, he was the best edge rusher, if you will. Jordan Brooks with 3 interceptions. I don't know what Bobby's contributions were, but honestly, it doesn't matter because he's gone. The team sucks. Sadness is just all around us. I don't know if we would have had any award wins. Probably not. I'm glad that the Offensive Player of the Year and the MVP was a guy that's retired. That's fun. We should still have an okay draft pick, though. We're probably going to need a draft edge again, to be honest. Other than that, maybe cornerback. Those are probably the 2 biggest needs on the team. As the Buccaneers and the Browns are in the Super Bowl, we gotta remember to get rid of Tom Brady. I mean, it really doesn't matter anyways, because if the Buccaneers even get a halfway decent quarterback, they still are somewhat favorites. Probably top 5-ish, maybe top 8. That would actually be crazy if Jameis came back to Tampa and won a Super Bowl with them. That would be insane. All right, I'm pretty sure we did finish pretty much all the contracts we wanted to take care of. Oh, Casey Hayward's not bad. Casey Hayward's still good. We're going to pay him a little bit more than he got from us last. Suck me. We're going to tag Hayward, but we're going to edit that down to a 1-year 15. I mean, it's just completely fair for him. He's taken way less in the past. And it wasn't like crazy great for us. He's nearing like literally potentially the last season of him being halfway decent. So we'll do 7.5 per side anyways, not per year. 7.5 per side, and he'll like it. He'll love it. Anyone hates on it? McLovin. I don't know. But once again, we got some caparoo. I don't know if we have more players we can get rid of, but honestly, like you think of this team, there's not really any like crazy names outside of like Jamal and Wilson that you would think that would be getting paid, at least from real life. Gabe Jackson, I mean, that's not a crazy contract. You're not really saving any money with these guys. BJ Hill, how good did he end up being? An 82 overall? I mean, not bad. That's a good contract. That was a sneaky little deal. Is Daryl Taylor a... Wait. Is he a pass rusher? He's star div. I don't know why I thought D. Taylor was Davion Taylor. Okay, I mean, that's interesting. That's something. I don't know if he really makes sense at a right end, but... I mean, I did it, didn't I? I did it. So 60 mil. If we were to say what's the biggest need, it does matter on what's there. Like, Quentin Nelson's just not going to be a free agent ever for the Colts. Rodgers, he wouldn't be a free agent here because, of course, wherever he goes, he's going to be at least on a 2-year deal. TJ Hawkinson is also not going to be a free agent because the Lions have no one to spend money on, so they're obviously going to pay money for their best player pretty much. Tony Pollard, not a bad player, but he's a backup. Levante David could be a nice little replacement for Bobby, but so similar to him that it would make me cry every time I saw him on the field. Dexter Lawrence is a guy we could use. He's actually a little overrated, to be honest. His overall, I mean, he's kind of like BJ Hill anyways, but yeah, I think we pay him. I don't know how the hell the Packers have money for him. Even with losing Rodgers and Devontae, they're still not in the greatest spot unless they actually released both of the Smiths like they probably will in real life. But yeah, I mean, we need the DT badly, and he's a DT in my book. Nate Davis, a guy that, once again, the Titans got to be somewhere in a bad spot for cap, so I'm just going to assume they can't afford him either. We don't really need to be spending too much on the offensive line, but these are some nice names. I like what we're dealing here. You know, we still need another lineman anyways with that signing. So, you know, 1 or 2 rookies here or there is fine enough. Bulaga would be a nice little move. I'm going to offer him a 1-year 5. At that age, I'd still say he'd probably warrant even like a 1-year 8 even. But a 1-year 5, why not? Greedy Williams is a name that I never get to develop. But I also feel like we can just probably draft a guy and develop him. I don't know if I've ever really I feel like we've had him before and he just hasn't developed rather than we haven't given him a chance to develop, right? Maybe I'm wrong. So we have 26 mil left. We're not missing a whole lot. Brooks went to Superstar, which is super clutch. We got ourselves a new Bobby Wagner, kind of. I mean, it's not the worst spot. I mean, the team's not in a bad spot. Their contracts aren't really, crazy unforgiving. Our D-line is technically good. We really just kind of need a linebacker now. I'm not going to grab one in the first round, probably, but yeah, I mean, we're offering a cheap deal to Alexander Johnson. I just don't think he's going to take it, though. And yeah, I mean, okay. We lost Greedy, but if we were going to lose any one of the bunch here, it would be him. Dexter Lawrence, new DT, love it. Bulaga, new right tackle, even though it's a 1-year deal, I love it. Nate Davis, really big contract, love that as well. We're turning the tides a little bit. But that's the only thing that does suck. Once again, Gabe Jackson, can't trade him. Not that he would get a lot, but maybe a 5th or a 6th rounder for him. Fair enough. You got some starters. I like it. I mean, don't get me wrong. He doesn't look very good. He's a little raw, but this is a guy that they mentioned. Maybe take a look at. And, yeah, I mean, he's not bad, actually. 6'1", 4.38 speed. I might actually put him on my list of, extra focus. He's a 2 to 3 as well. You might be able to get him with our 2nd-round pick if he's decent. Then again, we do need a linebacker bad. So if that's going to be the case, then we're absolutely going to have to take a middle linebacker in the first round, which could still be worth it. It's all about getting a good quality starter. So whatever that takes to get, obviously, I mean, as long as the position's right, I'm down when your uncle comes into your bed late at night. Okay, we're not going to. Damn, this is a very weak interior class. First round, 1 to 3, 1 to 2, 1 to 2, 3 to 4, and they're all bad. The tackles, though, are very solid. There's a bunch of them. I'm not sure if we're going to go for any, but still, a bunch of them. We got Redwine as a backup. We did not get Johnson, which is surprising at all. Not surprising at all. I just hate when we miss out on Big Johnson. He's a pretty big Johnson, honestly. 6'3". We have pick number 11. We're going to go right to it because, honestly, it just doesn't really matter. We don't really have much of a choice. That is not the file I thought that said at first. Yeah, okay. I mean, better than what I thought. I didn't get to actually see the guys. I put Pettis on the list. Obviously, I wanted to see. He's just not going to be good. I don't trust EA at all. They just don't give me enough good players. Is the wide receiver? Both wide receivers are there. Oh, Lord. I put more on Samuels because he had the A release. Very good 40. I mean, this dude is quite literally like a DK Metcalf clone. This guy's also like that, but we don't know as much about him. So, I don't know. We have to make a right choice because there's no other first-round guys that we had other than Biddle, which he does look good, but the A power move is almost always normal development rate. He's a little too slow for my liking. I honestly think we're going to go with Samuels. We need a new wide receiver. 2 6'3/6'4" wide receivers, though. Just be hidden. Just be hidden. He's hidden, and he is a lot... Well, he's a little bit... He's definitely slower than Metcalf, but he is a lot more balanced than I would have thought. 90 excel with 87 agility, with 92 change of direction. Once again, I don't even know what agility does on the game, to be honest, because change of direction is like agility now, right? Maybe it affects juke move or something, but 92 jumping on top of it, I don't know what that release is going to be like, but that release with decent speed, 6'4", and hidden, sounds like a dub to me. Once again, we can't trade, so let's go right to our next pick. Pick 11 in the second round. This is where I'd like to take a linebacker. I can't remember what I actually had, though. We have Pettis, obviously. Here's Owen Barnett. A pursuit, decently fast. B hip power. I don't know much more else about him, though. Injury, is like a D. Vince Owens looks pretty decent, 22 years old. He was one of the very many tackles that were there, but we also do have Eckel, who looks okay as well. Good pass blocker, very athletic. I think I'd probably go with Eckel in the third. Not that, we even have the choice, potentially. R.J. Flynn is decent enough, but I don't know much about him. I think I put him on my list. One of these guys I thought I put on my list to check how good they were in the long run, but I didn't get a full look. This guy could be good. Woodley would be the guy I would definitely choose over anyone. We need multiple linebackers, so I'm actually going to go with Barnett in the second. I'm hoping for the best, and we're getting the best. Hidden development trade. I'm just basing it off of that one A that I see. An A pursuit is really good for a linebacker. A release is really good for a wide receiver. We see that B block shedding for the outside linebacker. Maybe we'll go for him. Once again, it kind of depends on who's there. Wait, who's there? Wait, somebody at the door? Yeah, it's okay, funny, dude. But let's go back to it. What was our third round choice again? Who was it? Eckel. I think we're going to go with Eckel. Why not? Please be hidden. Another hidden. I mean, once again, that's probably the least surprising of them all, which is crazy to think because, we used to complain all the time about not having hidden development linemen, but we're killing the draft. McElroy, a little bit slower. Don't know anything about him either, really. And then we have Freeman, who I think is going to be a decent selection. Not that we really need wide receiver, but I think we're going to go with Boss because we need another linebacker. Even if he's normal, he could be a starter. Very fast. Jumping's really sucky, but he's a good player. Probably. I mean, once again, fast is kind of all I go for linebackers usually. So, I mean, he's got that down pat. And we have an extra 5th-round pick, which is nice. I know how that happened. We need, not a linebacker, really. So, Freeman's going to be the choice. Normal development trade. I honestly thought there was a chance he was going to be hidden. Really bad jumping, but could be a decent backup. Kind of like an Eskridge type, which, now that I think about it, we already have Eskridge. So, you do the math. And I guess I'll grab the other linebacker. Why not? Maybe he'll be hidden. Normal development trait, a little bit better jumping. I mean, whoever's best is just going to start. But still a really good draft. It just sucks, once again, that we can't trade off these picks because obviously these are selections that we aren't really doing too well with. The draft recap, what are we looking at overall-wise? 78 overall wide receiver, 76 for the middle linebacker, 72 for the tackle. Matthew Moss was a 69. That middle linebacker was not very good. This guy's all right, but let's go in order. We had 3 hiddens right out the gate. Samuels with 85 release. This guy is no joke. Aggressive catch, run after the catch. No possession. Once again, doesn't really matter for us, but very solid-looking player. Good catch in traffic. Got to get that catch up. He's insane. He's got like almost all 80 for the route running. Very good release, obviously. Decent enough spec catch. Great catch in traffic, and he's an X factor. We didn't draft, kind of a Metcalf. Wow, we have to change these numbers. 81 looks all right, actually, but we didn't kind of draft a Metcalf clone. We literally drafted Metcalf. I mean, kind of. Instead of kind of, we did, is what I meant. Definitely lacking here for Barnett. But hidden development trait, linebacker. I mean, it's a win. It's still a good pick. Probably going to be star, but we'll see. Development trait is superstar. That's a win. That's not bad. Eckel, once again, I don't really know what position. Maybe a left guard or future right tackle, because Bulag obviously is on the older side. Let's see what his development trait is. Another superstar. I have not seen this good. Because of how good that wide receiver is, this, ironically enough, where we can't make trades to trade up or down, which probably would have meant that we would have had maybe none of these guys, maybe Eckel, perhaps, just because there was no centers. We probably would have had none of these guys. Do I, even though, like I said, it takes a little bit longer, do I actually have to start not trading in the draft? I mean, like the first draft was pretty good. This one was insane. I'm trying to think if there was anyone we missed out on. Oh, yeah, let's take a look at the other wide receiver. We had a choice between the two, and obviously we went with the one we did. Hidden development trait as well for Spencer Madden. Way worse release, way worse route running. Better catching, though, and a bit more athletic. But let's take a look at his dev. If he's not at least superstar, he's not as good as our guy, simply put. And I just don't imagine he will be. Star, dude. I mean, he's still a good player, but jeez, dude. Where was the other guy? His name was Biddle. Here he is, 74 overall. Normal. I knew it, dude. I'm telling you, the A power move guys are always normal. Not that they can't still be good, because, you know, if some of them are like 87 power move, that's, you know, that's sometimes takes more than a year or two season sims to get to, but damn, that was insane. And then the other guy I want to take a look at is that cornerback. His name was like Pettis or something like that. Here he is, Pettis, 69 overall, and normal, dude. I'm telling you, EA doesn't. The prospect guys are always trash. They're always trash. Every single time. I think there's one more guy I want to look at. Woodley. Here he is. Gerald Woodley. Normal dev. Oh my god. This freaking. I mean, he's good. You can definitely develop him, but he has like no abilities. He has no pass rush ability at all. Wow. We dodged some bullets and landed some gods. 3 superstar or betters. That's crazy. That's really good. Get me in the damn next season, goddammit. Still far from, being the favorites for the Super Bowl, but hey, it's not bad when you do that, you know? I think Lockett's going to be the number 3 in general, because Lockett, you know, he kind of played like the number 3. Eskridge was just as good as him, and Eskridge ain't even close to as good as Samuels, right? So, all right. I mean, the offense is stacked. The offense, even though that's kind of the thing we needed to develop the most, is pretty damn set. All right, technically, the start of Season 2.5, once again, I'm going to count it as a half. You know, we put a little bit of work in. Once again, talking about my peeper. But, of course, we drafted a Metcalf clone, pretty much, and technically better than, right? Because, like, he wasn't that highly rated in the game. He obviously had massive potential when he, came out of the draft in the game, but he wasn't an X factor out the gate. He did dev up pretty quickly in the game, but not that quick. Obviously, Chris Carson had a pretty good season. Not good enough for Superstar, which we gave him that 4-year 31, which isn't a bad deal for us. But at the end of the day, I mean, we might be looking for a new starter. Same with Russell. He's an 88 overall. Thankfully, he kind of saved his regression a little bit, but still 34 years old, only getting older. Adams became a Superstar X Factor again, which if they want to give him a Superstar X Factor, I ain't going to stop him. Jordan Brooks is going to need a contract, which is not going to be a fun one. We need corners. We might need a DT. We still might need edge, but at least we got some youth there for once. But yeah, I mean, this is the team. This is life. What do you mean, Tyler Jr.? He could be your father. He's so big. What the hell is he talking about? Let's talk about getting open, though. Already insane release anyways, but I'm going to go short routes because usually the AI does develop the long routes. So we're just going to go with short routes, so then he doesn't have to really worry about short stuff, especially since he is not short stuff. Wait, it doesn't matter, but do the Eagles have Rodgers? Because it said game plan elite quarterback. It's kind of like the only solid, I was about to say, it's like the only solid quarterback that was there in free agency that I could really remember that they would, give an elite thing for. Fair enough, okay. So, negotiations. Russell Wilson, I do not plan on replacing. I feel like he would want a 2-year deal at least. A 2-year, 35 per, which is, kind of low for the salary cap, but the way he's been playing, I mean, he hasn't been that great, all right? Sheesh! Could you knock him? He's not an edge rusher. Jordan Brooks is good. Let's see how good he is, though. Oh, that ain't no damn 6-year. Okay, so I'm going to have to edit this. I'm trying to think of what would be fair. A 6-year 75, maybe? Not no 6-year 101, dude. Ooh, I mean, he's good, but he's not 6-year 101. I mean, even 6-year 75 is a lot. I mean, that might even be too much, but I'm just going to drop this down a little. Okay, just a little. So it's a 6-year 72 in the end, which is still really good. BJ Hill has been a pretty good piece. I don't want a long-term sign, too much. I feel like maybe he earned a little bit more than a 2-year, but that's still fair enough. Darrell Taylor. I don't know how well he's playing, but that's not bad backup money at the worst if we find someone in the draft. 2 years, 13's fair. Damian Lewis, another guy that I feel like we can replace. I mean, I don't know. Like, once again, if it's real life, you probably just keep him around for that price. In game, when you're usering, you maybe look to just replace him. But I don't know. Like, 6 sacks last year allowed. This year he's off to a way better start. I don't know, dude. That's tough. Of course, Brian Bulaga, we're going to let go. Damian Lewis, huh? I'm going to let him go. I mean, we could probably just get him back for even a 2-year 20. It's worth the risk because we might be able to find someone better for around the same price anyways. So we're just going to risk it because, once again, he is not that good. I know that star dev, it blinds us guys, us franchise guys. I mean, it's just like you see that and you forget everything around you. This has been an awful, awful season. I mean, the whole division was terrible. But we just never picked it up. I mean, at one point we were like at 500. I don't know if we ever went above that. 1-3 start. 3-3, 3-4, 4-4. Yeah, we never went above 500. I mean, they are tough, matchups, tough opponents. But if Russell Wilson's supposed to be as good as he thinks he is, and that 2-year 70 we just gave him is. You got to play better than that. Carson Strong in the top 3 quarterback list. Maybe we got to change the scheme again because, I was about to say Chris Carson even isn't playing that well, but he played pretty well. Samuel's not bad. I doubt that's unlikely the rookie of the year. Yeah, this scheme kind of sucks because we're not really getting great numbers on anything. We're just getting good numbers on both. But Bulaga pretty good. Kennard, it is what it is. What about the defense? Okay, so Taylor, 7 sacks. Carter really hasn't been great for us. BJ Hill, though, 10 sacks from a guy that's not even a pass rusher. My dude. My guy. Let's take a look, though, just in case. Once again, I highly doubt he would have won the award, but, let's take a look. He was number 3. That makes me sad. All right, let's... Richard Richards, nice. Of course, we did get best DB and best wide receiver anyways, which is pretty cool, but still such a lackluster performance again. Please, at least give me some dev-ups maybe, make me feel a little bit better. Browns, Buccaneers, Super Bowl. Brady would be likely gone at this point, and yet they're still winning bowls. Let me take a look, actually, because I don't think any regression or retirements would have hit for them, so let's take a look. And yeah, I mean, it's Josh Rosen carrying the torch there, so I don't feel too bad about forgetting once again to retire Brady, but let's take a look at the dev-ups. I imagine Chris Carson would have gotten one. I imagined wrong. Sweet. Love it, dude. Samuels is an 86 overall already. Lockett, my boy, is still really expensive. Never mind, he ain't my boy. He ain't my boy. He's taking all our money. But defensively, Brooks, what has he been doing? Who is? I was about to say, who has he been eating? That's okay. Hey, sometimes that is pretty good motivation, if you know what I mean. Demoralized, I guess, run stopper, I suppose. But nice. X-Factorial. Like it. Of course, our middle linebacker was already superstar. I was about to say he devved up as well. BJ Hill, though. Not superstar. Really? That's harmful. Of course, at least Quandre Diggs has kind of played up to that 4-year deal so far. I mean, I don't know how good he's been playing, but he's at least played like the duration of that 4-year deal, which is pretty nice. But yeah, we're going to be losing Casey Hayward here. We're going to be losing some players, but definitely fixable. Definitely replaceable, especially with like 50-some mil cap. I'm not saying this is the year we're going to like go way out ahead, but if there's some decent playmakers, like if we can get a decent guard for cheap, a good tight end, and maybe a corner in free agency, we might be rolling. So let's take a look at who we have to re-sign. Damian Lewis did jump to a 78 overall, and so did his money asking price. It's not crazy high, but it's still, noteworthy, I suppose. That overall anyways. Jason Myers hasn't been bad, but I think it might be time to go for a new kicker, especially since he's a free agent again. I feel bad, but it is what it is. And then, that's pretty much it. All these guys are replaceable. All these guys will be replaced. Sorry, Casey. We appreciate your quality years you gave us. You actually did kind of save us quite a bit because we've been selling at corner, just like real life. But that's going to fix this offseason, all right? That is 100% going to be solved. Don't you worry about it, all right? All right, for offensive line, we have Taron Armstead and Tyron Smith. The problem with those guys is, yes, they are athletic enough to play guard, but you aren't paying $20 million per year to play them at guard. CeeDee Lamb, don't need him. Stephon Gilmore, he's really low of an overall here. I mean, that is still usable, and I still may go for him because we're desperate, but that is really not what I'm looking for. Chase Claypool, I'd have to see how good he is or has been playing to even try him out at tight end, which is just not the risk I'm willing to take. It's a pretty weak free agency class for what we need. Laken Tomlinson's like a one-year guy, but I might be willing to take him anyways. I imagine the guard we let go is probably actually kind of sought after here because there's really just not a whole lot going on. But even then, I don't really think Damian Lewis is all that great anyways. Like I said, no pass block ability at all. He's like awful. He's got 68 pass block, 65 pass block finesse, and I suppose his pass block power is 79, which isn't terrible since he's a guard, but he's just not good. But apparently that puts him at 14th best. I'm not sure how. I really don't. Let's look at Conor Williams. I mean, this is kind of, what I'm looking for. I'm not saying he's great, but he's better. Definitely better. I will say, though, once again, he's a guard, so you'd want that power, that pass block power and finesse switched, but yeah, he is a guard, though. He is like a better overall player, but once again, you're a guard. You want the power because it's physically, it's mostly going to be, power guys that you're going to be going against. Quarterback, it would probably be pretty smart to get a decent backup, but that's a lot of money. Tua never developed. That's unfortunate for him. I don't give a damn. It doesn't factor me. I don't give a, Of course, wide receiver, not really a need. We've got a backup that's too expensive anyways. Higbee's probably not good enough, especially for a 3-year asking price to replace our tight end, likely, who's just not been great. Might be time to draft one, actually. But maybe if Laken Tomlinson's good enough, we just grab him for a year. He is very good, actually. So let's go for a 1-year deal, Laken Tomlinson. 1 year, 10. I was hoping to get a better overall for that price, but, there we are. Actually, we could use a center. Okay, I was about to say, because our center is actually a guard anyways, but yeah, it doesn't really work out that way anyways. And I suppose based on need and desperation, I mean, it's Stephon Gilmore. I still think we're probably going to draft corner in the first round. Some decent-looking ones. Well, I assume they were decent-looking ones. I don't actually know. I've seen a sliver of them. I put Focus Scout on them. We have a chance to put more focus on. And yeah, we're paying Gilmore a little bit here, but 16.5 if you think the guy still has it, which I think he does still have it. I don't know how much we're going to get out of it, but, it's probably worth it. Grab a kicker, and then we're done. All right, so none of these players are massive. Gilmore's probably the biggest name out of all of them just because of desperation. But we do get all three of the guys we're kind of going for. 24 mil left, which, I mean, that's a lot to spend considering the talent levels we got back, but, it is what it is. We fill a position of need. All right, moment of truth again. Let's see, EA, what you got me at. Like, why do they do this? Do they think I'm dumb? A D-man D-zone. What am I going to do with that? Like, really, dude? We also had some other first-round guys that kind of moved up and down the board a little bit, but this guy looks pretty good. Very fast. He's elite in a lot of things. But I also didn't expect to have the pick we have, so it might be worth taking a look at some of the higher guys even. But I'm trying to think, is corner that big of a need to where we're going to take it potentially top 10 here? probably, right? Safety's getting older, but yeah, might be. I don't know. So Stokes isn't that good. So it would be between Scott, who's 6 foot tall. I like it. He's very fast. I think you gotta... No, edge rusher is probably a bigger need, though. Would I dare draft a 23-year-old? Would I dare? Like, I want corner, but I think edge is just way more important for us. With the 25th pick in the 2024 NFL draft, the New England Patriots. So we have pick 5 overall. I actually didn't look at quarterback because obviously we signed that 2-year deal for Russell. There are a bunch of quarterbacks going, so I can't imagine there's any decent ones left. Even the Bears took one, which makes a lot of sense. You still have decent ones left, actually, apparently. I don't know if we know enough about any of these guys to actually take one, but I'm just kind of curious. You know, you might as well look. I mean, anyone that we've taken is probably going to be a backup for multiple years, so you'd want someone that's like 21, 22 at the max. This cornerback is a top 5 talent. If you look across what else we have, this guy is very good, and I think he'd be worthy of taking, but a 1-2 means he could be there in the second round, whether he is or not. Cornerback's a huge need for us. Connor Scott has an A-man and A-zone. You can't pass up on that talent. He's hidden development trait, 93 speed, 94 excel, 93 change of direction. He's honestly a day 1 starter, if you will. He's number 2 on the depth chart, in my opinion. Also, we have a sick DT I got to take a look at. No shot, that was him. He had an A power move, B block shed. He went one big one more. No shot, dude. We're going to have to take a look at him, but that hurts. But Dickens is still there, so it's, you know, it kind of hurts, but it could be worse. I just want to make sure that we're not missing on anyone else because, you know, we do have some other guys. This guy looks pretty good, but he's a linebacker. Edge is definitely a bigger need. This guy's one of those guys, dude. He's similar to the DT in fairness, but normal dev is probably going to be likely. But if that power move's sick, he could still be a day 1 starter. Dickens it is. I knew it. We're not going to talk about it, but he could still be really good. So let's just forget about anything we've seen here today. I also didn't really scout too far into, or, you know, fully pay attention too far into the, like, day 3 and, you know, beyond or whatever. But, yeah. Oh, Lindsley is still there. Once again, it doesn't mean he's bad. It just means that he's still there. I don't know what that's supposed to mean here, but do we still take him? I don't know a whole lot, but B zone, A tackle, those are some very good skill sets. A man, I'm taking him, dude. Screw it, Hunter Lindsley. Normal development trait, but decently fast. The guy we had last season wasn't great. He's only a 74 overall, so if Lindsley is just as good as that already, he's probably going to start anyways. And we at least have a really good backup group at linebacker. So our linebacker spot is good at least. And our favorites are gone. That tight end, I mean, he wasn't really spectacular looking, but he was the fastest. He was 6'6". Obviously, in a user league, that gets you going. Or maybe he is still there because all regions is kind of glitching out now. No, they're not there. Okay, never mind. Let's forget about it. I'm going to take a shot. No, I'm not. He's 23. Damn, I was about to say, I'm going to take a shot in the dark because he had an insane combine or whatever, but nah, dude, I can't. I'm getting real Spain without the S vibes right now, looking through these players. That guy is 24, so I'm not really super interested. This guy definitely looks like a round 2 to 3 in my book. I'm taking him. Tackle B carrying, why not? No, normal development trade. Very slow, though. Like, 92 speed's cool and all, which kind of probably does all that matter. You know, it's all the only thing that matters in, you know, using a player for running back. But, yeah, he's a lot slower than I would have thought, considering. I know I've seen some of the other ranks are pretty bad, but I still thought it was still going to equal out to something halfway decent. I had a different guy. Wow, are they all gone? Sheesh, that's sad. I'm going to take this trash can Jack Young. 89 throw power. In fairness, 89 throw power is not bad. But yeah, once you get to the 5th round, it's kind of like just a bunch of trash. Even then, 4th round was kind of bad, so, you know, you imagine. So there's definitely some names we missed out on. There's not really any names that we technically passed on. I mean, like, you can say any of them, but obviously the cornerback was by far the best choice. 80 overall flat. Dickens, once again, is a pretty good overall, so we'll take a look. Connor Scott 81 man, 81 zone. Catching and jumping does suck, but everything else is great. He even has 75 hit power, which is really high for a corner. That probably puts him in the top 5 in the league at cornerback, honestly. And he is a star dev with that much potential does hurt. But DeAndre Dickens with 82 power move, 73 block shed. I'm going to compare that to some of the other guys around the team. And if he's even close to as good as one of the edge rushers, we may use him as a starter. This guy's not quite as good as the other guy, but I'm going to take a look at some of the ratings because, once again, block shedding's not easy to get. We'll say he's really bad in catching. I think this was just a straight-up bust. He's a third-round pick, so it's backup anyways. But still, Cameron Knight was not very good, but he's okay with speed, I guess. This wide receiver was a 68 overall, which isn't terrible. It's not actually that bad. And then Jamie Hayden. Hayden those years because Jesus Christ. But let's take a look at some of these quarterbacks. I just kind of want to take a look at the base hiddens. Hidden. What teams took them? So, the Lions probably need a quarterback. Obviously, the Niners don't. Obviously, the Bears don't. I mean, I don't get it. I really don't. But was this one of the guys we were debating on taking? Normal dev. Glad we didn't. Where was my DT, damn it? Where is my DT? I can't believe that would have been such a good draft. Not that the end we didn't, we got wasn't, it's like he was good, but oh, could you imagine? Joe Barrow. Really good job there, EA. Really, we don't know who that's supposed to be based off of. Only stars. I mean, he's not that great, but he's definitely better than, well, I wouldn't say definitely better, but probably better than the guy we took at edge. And here's that cornerback, Wise. If he was hidden, I was about to say, I'd be very shocked. It's just like every prospect player sucks. And they talked about his IQ being really good. Where is it? Play rec 74. Okay, that's, a little bit better than normal. 64 awareness. It's very bad. It's not good. All right, here's the squad. Some regressions. Quarterback is only an 87 overall, but I imagine he's still very, very solid. He's still, right where you need him to be. Need a new tight end, most likely. Offensive line, you could use a new left guard, but everything's looking pretty good on the offensive line. The wide receivers, number 1 and 2, are great. Lockett is expensive. Let me tell you. I believe his number is something like 17 mil salary, 15 mil dead hit. Good speed upgrade. We'll take that upgrade. He's still a good player, but we just don't really need him, We just don't need him. As far as everything else goes, left outside linebacker ended up being just as good as Boss, believe it or not, with, if you look at the fact that his man and zone are actually better by a sliver, and he's got, the same block shed, and he's younger. But, I don't know, it's kind of 50-50. Dickens, same situation, better for a pass rush situation and the same block shed, yet 6 years younger. Also, I believe, more athletic. Still probably looking to draft another corner in the upcoming draft. Maybe free safety. Quandre Diggs, once again, really glad that he's kind of playing through that 4-year deal we gave him. He's actually, it's been decent. It's been an okay contract for us, and he's still here. Still in the 80s. That's all that really, counts. All right, DT, prospect dim light. We're actually having a pretty good year. Nate Davis is one of our better linemen, so we're going to be giving him a 4-year deal. Hey, not 5-year, 4-year, 40. It's pretty fair, I suppose. I actually don't even know how good he actually is. I just know that he's a higher overall. You really want those powers to be up, but I guess he's decent. He's a good run blocker, I guess. DJ Reed might get another contract. 89 zone. Quandre Diggs 2.0 over here. We're going to give him the deal. Literally Quandre Diggs. Just probably doesn't have the hit power, I'd imagine. It's pretty hard to replicate his hit power. If Lakin doesn't drop too hard, maybe we'll keep him on the squad. Once again, the team actually looks pretty damn good right now. So I don't really want to change too much, right? Other than improving, which I can't guarantee we're going to do by letting some of these guys go. Gilmore's boosted a little bit in man coverage. I put a lot of emphasis on boo. Scared me. But yeah, 86 man, 87 zone. I doubt he's going to be halfway decent next season. Might even just retire. So we'll see. Can't sign him yet. It's just a little too early. We actually may have choked the division lead. Did we? We did not. It was very close, though. I think we were 10 wins. The next high was... No, it was 9 wins. The next highest was 6. And we started losing some really big opponent matchups. And we held on, thankfully. But, yeah, there was some losses near the end. We went 6-0 to start. Just close loss to the Bills. And we went on a 9-1 And some losses just flying out of nowhere there, which I suppose happens, but still, regardless, it was a good season. Obviously, 12-5. Let's take a look. Rondale Moore was in the top 3 for wide receivers. It's interesting. Russell Wilson, not bad. Still kicking well. It's 4,800 yards, 38 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Carson was worse. We changed the Tampa scheme, as you can tell with the tight end numbers. Likely went off, dude. It's just like, I get it, right? Different schemes utilize different things, and they focus on things differently. But like, how can it go from, Likely just being like trash, looking like awful garbage, and now he's good because of the scheme change? Like, it's just, I can't just change the scheme every year just based on who I want to develop, right? I don't know, dude, but literally every receiver was good. Offensive line was pretty damn solid. Left tackle specifically. Actually, that might have been right tackle. I can't remember who's who. Sack totals, 9 for Dexter Lawrence, 7.5 for Carter. Lindsley with 5.5. I don't know how he got those. 5.5 for BJ, 5 for Barnett. Dickens with 5. Taylor got 2, and he's not even a starter, which kind of makes me feel sad. Kicker, Tyler Bass, missed 2 out of 13. 1 was blocked. Not bad. Kick return touchdown for Tyler Lockett. At least he's doing something, with that huge payday he's got. Baker Mayfield on the Dolphins is the MVP of the league. Really, I would have thought Russell Wilson would have been up there, but I guess not. Number 6 for Offensive Player of the Year, I suppose. Rookie stuff, I don't even like Dickens. Actually, we did have a good rookie. He just didn't play well. Scott, 7th. Yikes. Russell Wilson, Pro Bowler at least. Definitely not running back. Wide receiver, maybe a couple. Nope, number 7. O-line, number 6, and number 9 and 10. Ooh. Okay, who would have thought? 5 for Barnett, who had a decent year with picks. And then DBs, Gilmore at number 6. Kicker at, not on the list. Yeah, that 1 year Myers was on, he missed like 5 or 6, right? I think. I don't know, dude. It is what it is. I don't really care. I'm just glad we're back in the playoffs. Actually, have we been in? It's been such a long rebuild. It's been such a long day without a playoff win. The Jets, it's been so long, the Jets are in the playoffs, and they're winning playoff games against the Titans. Oh, my Lord. Driving all the way down, I would assume, I was about to say right to left is us. 7-3, 7-10. The Niners are kicking into overdrive, 14-17. Pre-half had a chance to score a field goal, didn't. It's just a bunch of drives moving down the field and not scoring. I don't understand what this is. Although there is a sliver of a chance. And it's gone. Russell Wilson's cooked. He's cooked. He's absolutely cooked. I don't know what his deal is. He's just not who he used to be, I think. I don't know. Yeah, 3 interceptions. We have a playoff berth, though, so I don't know how, much of a chance we have for a quarterback in the draft. Of course, Lockett was our best wide receiver. You've got 2 X factors, Russell. You shouldn't be throwing more picks than or touchdowns. Damn it. Doesn't help the Bass freaking... Ugh. Super Bowl between the Chiefs and the Giants, with the winner being the Chiefs. Ugh. Shocker. Let's take a look at our DevOps. 43 mil. No one to resign but Gilmore, who he was good, but offensively, no DevOps. We could use a new running back. Chris Carson was pretty bad last season as well. What's his release? Can't do that, but still not terrible backup money. All right, Lockett, hear me out. Okay, we can save money, and if we need the money, we probably will, but as of right now, it's not necessary, so we're going to wait. Likely, of course, went to Star. No real shocker there. We do have to pay him, and unless there's a better option, I don't really see what else we can do. We kind of have to. He's a good route runner. His catching is okay. His athleticism's lacking hard, but fair enough. Defensively, another linebacker to X Factor, dude. I don't understand what the juice is over here, but X Factor linebackers left and right. Dickens goes up to Star. Lawrence is a 88 overall. Hill is a 85 overall. I really like what happened to the team in a good way, obviously. Scott's the new number 1 probably, as Gilmore is going to be let go. But maybe we, that's not for long as we maybe find someone new at that spot. I just can't pay Gilmore, especially since it's still probably going to be like a 9 to 10 mil deal. Let's see if I'm right. 9 to 10. I'd say 11 at most. 8 mil. Jesus, a lot lower than I thought. Laken Tomlinson. I know it's probably unlikely that he's actually going to accept this, but his overalls are very good. I'm going to give him a 1 year. I was about to say, I knew I had offered him a ton, which is why I offered him a lot more than he wanted, but he still left. Okay, well, we might still be able to get him back, and hopefully we can get a new corner, because I really don't want to draft another. I'm curious to see what DJ Reed is at safety, though. Like, it's very intriguing to me. Reed is an 82 overall, so he's like just as good, if not better, than Quandre, pure coverage specifically. But how long will that last? I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of thinking still might be worth it. I don't know what Quandre's contract's like. I'd imagine this is like his last year on the team. But even then, the way the contracts are structured, they're always super even. There's no like front-loaded contracts or back-loaded contracts. It's all the same. I don't know if there's a way to actually do that, but anytime I do a contract, you basically have to keep them until they actually need a contract and they have to leave. Like, that's literally it. You can't... You know, it's not like Lockett here where he's like, oh, you're going to save a lot of money getting rid of him. It's just always you're stuck with him, right? So, 44 mil, need a corner. Could use a guard, obviously. DeAndre Hopkins is there, not looking super great. Speaking of the class itself, not looking super great. Javonte Williams. Not everyone pays a running back. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's like a Chris Carson, but a lot younger. I'm debating it. Rondale Moore gets let go despite having a very good season. We need cornerback in the first round, and I don't know if we're going to get it because our pick is not super great. I mean, this is not fun, but not really much we can do. Trayvon Merrig. This team loves their hip power guys, and he obviously has that hip. Oh, he's good. I am giving him a 4-year 30. 4-year 28. I mean, even that's low. Obviously, you can see the points are way higher, and I know there's going to be some people that are like, why are you offering so much? He only wants this. You can get him for that. It's like... It's supposed to be a realistic style. I know there's no trading or whatever, but it's supposed to be a realistic style. And if I offer him what he wanted there, that's just brokenly bad. Like, that's just too low, obviously. So stop yelling, you know? I do miss Laken Tomlinson. Sheriff's good and all, but... Wait, how old is... Oh, Laken's a lot older than I thought. Never mind. I thought Laken was like 31 this season, but he's 33 as well, so... I mean, if you're going to go for someone, you might as well go for the damn superstar anyways. Packers want to... I mean, I'm not saying this is the year, but this is kind of the year. Like, I don't know if Russell Wilson gets another contract with us here. I mean, hell, in real life, he might not even be on the team in 2022. So, we're going to cherish our moments with him and hopefully build a good enough roster to, of course, get back to the Super Bowl. I mean, this is our chance and our kind of last chance. Do you pay Javonte Williams, though? I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, you can kind of afford it because, like I said, we're probably going to let Russell go next, after the season. So this could be a failed rebuild, which is why I kind of want to go all in here. 5-year 42 is a running back. They don't always get paid. The Jets are kind of willing to pay, but I gotta imagine after Le'Veon Bell, they're a little more cautious, and we're just not gonna be. Javonte Williams is gonna be our guy. I don't care. We just need a draft corner, and outside of that, I mean, we're kind of set. So hopefully we get everyone here. I just want the safety and the guard at minimum. The running back would be a nice little addition as well, but we'll see. And no to Javonte. That's a huge loss, but once again, we did say it out loud. That's what we wanted, and we got both of our contracts. Fair enough. Good thing is I did change all the national scout to the cornerback. Might even be some corners that are actually fully scouted. No, they're not, but there's some that are close. Top 5 talent, which is really insane. Best case is 1 to 2, though. It's got to be somebody. 1 to 2, even with a B zone, a B man, whatever. Obviously, I'm not a huge fan of the age, but it's an option. Thank God this corner class is good, though. This is our guy, isn't it? Maurice McDaniels looks great. A-Press. Man, that is a tough one. I feel like EA is take the risk and it'll work out, but I just don't know if I can, man. Well, I'm glad the 2 saved. I was about to say, I'm really mad that I wasted my scouting on safeties after, now that we're going to have Merrig and Adams. Thinking about that Raiders franchise that might be done, honestly. And this is an up-to-date video. This is going up on Monday, so I'm starting to think it might be done. I don't know, dude. I don't know, but yeah, it's a little disappointing that we didn't get any scouting out of that. Where the hell... Borum was he actually the guy? Maybe he was the guy that they suggested. I will say, if this was the guy, which I thought the guy's name was Merritt. Or was that a different class? No, it was Merritt. This Borum guy looks good, though. I don't know who the hell Borum is, but he's not my guy because I forgot we don't have a good draft pick for once. All these quarterbacks are like round 1 guys. But Kinney could be there maybe, so we might put him on our like little focus thing, see what we're looking at. I mean, this Stafford guy. Oh, I thought he was going to be fast. He's not. I think Kinney will be on our list. I mean, I feel like you got to look at quarterback. Once again, I still think I'm going to do 5 seasons, but it doesn't mean that we can't come back to this. I just think, at some point the video gets a little too long, and with me talking all the time, it's really long. Of course, Likely decides to be a good player all of a sudden when there's a really solid-looking tight end there. I mean, I don't know what his actual ratings are, all that, but like outside of his vertical jump and his bench press, he's literally first in everything athleticism, and there are some good players there. 1 to 2, 1 to 2, 1 to 2, 1 to 2 to 3, 2 to 3, 34. I mean, it's just unfortunate. All right, if McDaniels isn't there, I am going to cry. I didn't even look more into him because I just figured that's going to be our pick if he's there anyways. So it's either he's there or he's not. We can have no other control. I don't know about the quarterbacks. Stafford's there. I mean, I didn't scout any of the other quarterbacks because I figured, we say we're all in. We're not like those green and yellow fellas. When we say we're all in, we stick it out and we tell the quarterback, hey, we're all in, buddy. You got it. Damn, top 5 talent, really? There's no shot. That's just a lie, dude. That's why he was at 90%. That's why I decided to take a look. But I think we're going to be going with Maurice McDaniels. We obviously see the B-catch B's press. He could just be dog, but he's so fast. He's got to be worth it. And he's hidden. I mean, look at this corner. Based on athleticism, and especially since our other guy was star, this guy already is probably better. Better jumping, better speed, and excel, I believe. Maybe the same excel. Way better change of direction, I imagine. I mean, that's like right up there with Jair. I mean, that's insane. Once again, we can't make trades, so we're going to go straight to pick 22. And I don't even know if I care if the DT's there or not, because even though it says top 5, do I really believe that to be a true statement? Probably not, right? Is he gone? Wait, is this not the guy that was literally top 5? Oh, I guess it wasn't him. The hell am I thinking? I do want to take a look at the other guy, though. Don Pearson. We also have James Harris. I know that he's an athletic guy. It's kind of all I know. Don't really need the safety anymore, so I'm going to pass on him. Merritt, they said he was good. I don't believe it at all. He's 23. If he was 21, maybe you give him a chance, but once again, it's an EA choice anyways. Don Pearson, or Pearson. I don't even know if offensive line's even an issue for us outside of Sheriff. I'm kind of thinking by, process of elimination, even though I don't think this guy is super great. We're going to be going Isaac Blackwell. It's a little early, but I'm going to take him anyways. Damn! 32 reps is 84 strength. Well, that was a bust. Forget me. Don't mind me and my stupidity. Sorry. We're also going to be taking Morgan Anthony in the 3rd round. He's a day 3, so he could go like right in the 4th, like the early 4th. It's pick 22 in the 3rd. He had like a B-truck, break tackle, and he's hidden development trade, 84 strength. We may have just drafted Chris Carson 2. I'm not going to say 2.0 because Chris Carson was pretty viable, but this guy. All right, fair enough. We'll take it. We're also going to be taking a quarterback. He has a B mid-throw, good throw power. We're going to grab him. Normal dev, 90 throw power. Slow, but 6'6". Maybe they need a pocket passer around here. I mean, the offensive line is definitely better than when Russell was kind of, just getting going in his prime, if you will. And we're going to keep drafting. We're going to go David Scholes because he's got a B run block and he's decently athletic. Normal development trade. He's about, he's just like Likely. But I think he's a bit better of a run blocker, which, his team does still like to run the ball despite their lack of success last season with it. This guy actually doesn't look half bad. Maybe we get a steal. 89 strength. I mean, he might still be a steal, but I was kind of thinking maybe there was a chance he was hidden. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little too ambitious. And a backup cornerback who looks pretty fast. He's 4.4 speed. I think he was like top 5 in one of the agility drills, and that's what he gets. That's a little harsh, but still, we landed a good player, and we also landed a hidden running back. I don't know how good he's going to be, but the corner definitely looks like he's going to be really solid. And 76 overall. The running back, 73. The DT was not good. But Maurice McDaniels, automatic number 2. Once again, Reed is built to be that slot corner anyways. But automatic 2, just like the other guy was. Maybe a better dev, though? Nope, unfortunately. Number 22, I guess. Why not? Let's take a look at the DT. He's got to be awful. God, that is a very bad pick. That is, I mean, he's not like... Yeah, I wouldn't use him. Even in a user league, I would try to find someone else, dude. He's just awful. Morgan Anthony, though, decently fast. And yeah, he's a talented individual. Very talented. I don't know what the dev is, unless it's super... I mean, even then, if it's superstar or better, I still can't start him because it's kind of cheating because we're looking. And he is superstar, but... I don't know, for realism's sake, I suppose you can't really do much about it anyways. 31, I guess. Quarterback, 64 overall. Let's take a look. Once again, not bad. That's actually, pretty damn good. That's usable. As far as 64 overall goes, it's usable. David Scholes, actually take a look at the run block. 63, I'm glad. Once again, a B means like nothing, so I'm not even sure why I decided to put, my eggs in that basket, but still, offensive lineman. Because he's 6'7", he'd have value in my book. Simply put, it's sad, but it's true for me. But there were a couple of choices we did want to take a look at. So Kinney, not that I would have even grabbed him anyways, was hidden. He's pretty athletic. Number 26, dude. Why? I don't know why they would have agreed on quarterbacks in the 20s or so. I don't know what it is. Like, oh my God, they have like no numbers. I guess Kinney's wearing number 26. Ugh. Who's this? Speaking of Titus Bynes. Oh my God, that's a bust. It's almost Jamarcus level, but not quite. What was the other guy? The quarterback. We did have a choice at Stafford, so 78 overall. He was hidden. Another in the 20s again. I hope nothing but the worst for these guys. And he is star, which is good, but really, dude, this is so gross, dude. That should actually be a crime. That's so disgusting. Byram did look pretty good himself. Hidden development trait. Pretty good. Definitely not nearly as good as our guy. This guy would have to be an X factor to be better than our guy, which I just don't think he is. Yeah, star development trait. I mean, our guy was just so athletically gifted. It's tough to beat that. And I honestly do not remember. Oh, no, I do remember. Was this actually the guy? 77 overall hidden? Oh, we knew, but we couldn't get him. The trades, they're gone, and I can't do it. Please. Oh, God, he's still really good, though. That hurts, because that DT is just awful. He's just terrible. All right, technically, like year 4.5. I know a lot about 4.5. Because it's something I aspire to have. But this is what the team looks like. 2 superstars on the offensive line now. 2 X-Factor wide receivers. No Lockett. Obviously, we cleared that money by releasing him. And, Anthony's going to be the starting running back next season. But realistically, as far as a Seahawks rebuild, kind of the OGs of the team. Now, I'm not saying Carson's like the first guy I think of. But obviously, Wilson is. There's a chance Carson and Wilson could be gone next season. How much of a Seahawks rebuild is it anymore if they're gone? I don't know. We're at least doing this season, and depending on what happens, we may do one final after, even if it's a completely new quarterback at the starting spot. All right, Jamal Adams. Oof. That could be a tag, but Dexter Lawrence. Oh, wow, we got some money. I don't trust Dexter to get a dev up, so I'm just going to go with the 3, or even that. He might regress too hard. Rustler. Maybe he's the tag. I don't know. We've got to keep our options open, as I don't want to pay too much guaranteed money out for some of these older guys. Even BJ Hill at this point might be over the hill. I'd prefer that to be a 1 year, but the man has lived on with us with 2-year deals, and I'm going to let that continue. Franchise tackle, even though, some of his ratings are a little iffy. About 100. I should have just gave him 100 mil. Carter, he's a good player, but he sucks. You know what I mean? Like, he's got great ratings, but he just isn't good. He's got a lot of good traits as well. Why does he suck? Let me see how he's actually playing. I mean, I still want to keep him, I imagine, but 6 sacks. I mean, better than normal. This could be a double-digit season for him. We're going to bank on him, breaking out this year, so You know, 5 years, 62. Maybe it's because he's like bigger. Maybe, I don't know. Center, Hudis. Salyer's obviously a great player. So, you know, that year one kind of draft class being signed, likely. I think this is a fair contract for a guy that's only just, you know, starting to look good. Tyler Bass, he's actually played pretty well for us. Let's give him another deal as well. We have tons of money. Just once again, do I want to be locked up with some of these players? I suppose safety lasts a long time. I would really prefer this to be a 4-year deal, though. So if he wants to, every time I say deal, though, quickly, it's something your mother loves instead. And no, it's not you. I don't know who that's there for, who out there that's there for, but, you know, that hit you hard, and I'm sorry. Michael Bacon. If you say so, man. I don't know how good of a cook he is, though. Bacon? Not like the food, but the action? Something I've been looking for in our Dolphins franchise that I won't get. Tight end breakout. Something that will happen if I do get one in Dolphins franchise. Falling short. I mean, that's pretty talented, dude. How much did he want? A 5-year 80. I'll do a 5-year 81 just because I'm actually like a really cool person. Nice. I mean, fair enough. Rustler could be a tag. We'll see. Sheriff, I don't even know if he's going to be good still or around. You know what? He'll be around and he'll still be good. Boom. If I try to offer anything under 15 mil in the offseason, like the actual offseason, he's just not going to stay, you know, simply put. So I think that's a good call. On par for a season like last year. Let's see it. And we lose. I don't know if that would have been enough for the bye week. Probably not anyways. It wasn't, so I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, Washington walked away with a clean one there. It was close, but we made it back to the playoffs. Stuck with the same playbook again. So, you know, I'm not a Chiefs cheeser. I probably will next season if we don't win the Super Bowl here. But, you know, just throwing that out there. Just going to be honest with you. You know, we kept it non-Chiefs for this entire rebuild. DK. Oh, my. Wow. Oh, Russ. Interceptions, please. Carson was awful. Anthony is going to probably be the starter next season. Not even probably will be. Metcalf, really good season. Samuels, really good season. Likely should go to Superstar. We'll wait till after the season's over, but we're going to give him Superstar. 2 1,000-yard seasons, very worth it. Zachary Carter got the 5-year 60, I think it was. 10.5 sacks, my guy. 7.5 for Lawrence, 7.5 for Hill. Dickens, I'm going to put mine, nothing. Interceptions were awful. Kicking was pretty bad. Glad we gave him that 2-year deal. Of course, no Lockett anymore, which is unfortunate, so no kick return touchdowns is how it works. Maybe best wide receiver, and that's kind of it. But, yeah, that's, I mean, something. How many touchdowns did he have? Rookie of the year, dude. Okay, dude, best wide receiver, and that was pretty much it. Like I said, maybe a couple of other guys that were close, like maybe Carter would have been in the top 10 there. I didn't really look. It was kind of a quick glance, but all right, the Cardinals. I think it was a split on the regular season. Jordan Davis is there looking pretty good. This team can't be that good. Our team is definitely better, but once again, Russell Wilson's been bad in sim. Like, he just isn't a gunslinger, so for him to have gunslinger numbers, it just tells me that Metcalf and the other superstar X-Factor wide receiver are probably just carrying his little ass. I'm just going to be honest. But speaking of little ass, our little ass quarterback is destroying theirs. 28-6 so far in the fourth quarter. Cardinals are a pretty good team. Like I said, I think we split the series on the season, so for us to have this kind of a game, even though we kind of choked a little bit on defense near the end, is pretty impressive. I mean, there's probably other teams that are just as good, if not a little bit better, but that's still a good win. Marquise, I'm still a little worried, though, about the run game. That's been pretty bad ever since we went to the Tampa playbook, but still. McDaniels, the rookie. Bass, the trash can. Lambeau at least got blocked. It's not really his fault, right? So it's a bit of an L. All right, the divisional round. This could be it. This would be a hell of a walk-off. I mean, if history's got anything to do with this one, this is a decent matchup. Green Bay's also trash, so this should be a free shot to the championship. I'm sorry, it really just should be. I get it's in Green Bay, but it's gotta still be in the bag for this team. 7-all. I don't know how Jordan Love's been playing, but he usually does all right in sim. 14-10, 21-10. Defense is holding. They got a field goal, which is good, but not great. Touchdown at half, 35-13. Yeah, I didn't want to get too ahead of ourselves. Even now it might be too. Nope, defense locked up. I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but I had to. Like, it's just too good of a team to be beaten by this 83 overall, salary cap trash Green Bay team. Russell Wilson killed it. Aaron Jones. Chris Carson, my guy. Anthony has just been nothing for us. I don't know how the hell he won Rookie of the Year. Must have had a bunch of touchdowns. I didn't really pay attention to it too much. Dexter Lawrence. A bunch of, this is a team that, like, it's just getting a lot of success from a bunch of players. It's a real team effort thing. I will say most of that team effort comes from those 2 wide receivers that are gods, but still really good. Eckles got to be pretty good, right? His run block power sucks, but as far as what you need for a tackle, finesse blocking is really good. He's a very solid lineman, obviously. Dickens, I mean, he's just been kind of trash for us, I ain't gonna lie. Doesn't even get a power move, dude. 92 power move, doesn't get a power move on that upgrade. We're going to go elusive because the game usually just goes power for, the power backs, elusive for the elusive backs. Wow, was that 2 agility and 3 spin? That puts him at 90 agility. That's pretty goated. That's kind of unfair. He's a freaking power back. Game's like, what do you mean? You just said elusive. Clearly not. As we're going against an 8-9 Buccaneers team. They are a good overall, though, so I'm not really sure where this 8-9 comes from, but let's take a look real quick. So quarterback's still Josh Rosen. I think they won a Super Bowl with Josh Rosen, so don't underestimate him. Superstar Kareem Hunt. He's like the best Madden sim running back, it seems. Bulldozer would reach for it. It's not terrible because of Bulldozer. Godwin is still there. He looks great. Evans is still there. Looks good enough. Jarvis Landry. They got Jaron Wilcox. I'm putting so much effort into watching this out a little bit because they look like they're going to win. TJ Hawkinson. This is, I almost said Cockinson, which is something. Aquanu. Bro, how is this team 8-9? Dude, this is like proof of like the sim just being broken. This team is literally goated. I don't know how the hell we're going to beat this team. They're better at every position but quarterback, and Russell Wilson loves to drop stinkers. He may get outperformed and outplayed by Josh Rosen here. It very well could happen. All right, so Jacksonville awaits the team that wins this game. Once again, they're 8-9, but just like the quick score they got, the Buccaneers are a good team, obviously, and they're smoking us. 21-10. Nice little bounce back. We really needed a touchdown there, but that's okay. Down by 8. Start of the second half. Really good. We got to stop giving up these insta touchdowns, though. As we are in an okay spot here. Up by 4. Tampa turns it over. Are they driving? What happened to our drive? Hello? With 4th and 7. This better be our freaking ball. And we're headed to the Super Bowl. Okay. That's what we were hoping to get. Obvious. Who would have thought? He's hoping to get a Super Bowl trip. Wow, that's breaking news. Of course, both quarterbacks very similar, but obviously Wilson with a little bit higher of a amount of throws. I don't know. But look at this, dude. Kareem Hunt with almost 200 yards on 13 carries. This defense sucks. Samuels went off. Metcalf went off. Oh, my God. Like, we really tried to give them the win. How do you give up that? Scott with another freaking, well, not another pick, but another youngster with a pick. They missed an extra point and a field goal, which just so happens to be 4 points. We really didn't deserve to win that game. I mean, I don't know how we even did win the game, if we're going to be honest. Owen Barnett, who's been insane. Obviously, it helps when you're a superstar rookie. What was that ability up? That upgrade was sick. An agility, a block shed, a play rack, a pursuit, a speed, a zone coverage. I'm lucky to get 1 coverage and a block shed normally. Jesus, the juice. Let's go with the zone coverage for McDaniels. Obviously, he's young, but he developed decently well so far in just his first year. 3 to zone coverage is really impressive. And then that's it. Super Bowl versus the Jags. I don't know what their overall is, but we're about to find out. I'd probably say 88. 85. Oh, my God, if we lose this. Let's take a look at any potential dev-ups we would have had. Like I said, we want likely to go to Superstar. We'll do that in a second. Defensively, Carter. Damn it, dude. Not a single dev-up, actually, which is really saddening. But let's dev likely up to Super. And go into what could be the final sim of the rebuild, which I hope it is, because I really don't know what kind of overall Russell Wilson's going to be after this, so it'd be nice. He's 87, so I'd imagine maybe 85 still, which is good enough for me, but yeah, let's do it. There's no point in even looking at the media day because they're going to ask a question as if we've never won the Super Bowl, but they have, even though it's been a while. 6 overalls on them, but they have Lawrence. They have some good players. Let's get it. All right, going to the end of the game. Last chance potentially for Russell and the Seahawks together at least to win a ring. 17-3, 24-3, 31-3, 37-3. What is this? The Broncos versus the Seahawks. This game is done. Put it out instantly. 54-6. This is the most dominating game we have ever seen in Sim. I have to skip it. I'm sorry. I got away with the Raiders franchise one. I don't know how, but all the other times I try to upload the Super Bowl in Madden, the NFL is like, yoinkies! Chris Carson with 4 touchdowns, 51 for his long. Absolutely stole MVP there from Rustler, who probably deserved it more, but, I mean, you can't deny 4 touchdowns in the Super Bowl. That's likely Super Bowl MVP. I'm sorry. Sack totals, nothing crazy. You got more than them at least. Connor Scott clutching up again. Adams with a pick, which is rare. A missed kick for Rosa, a missed extra point for Bass. And a Super Bowl victory for the no-trade Seattle Seahawks. But here it is, one last look at the team. Not that we really even looked at the team much at all in this one, but Rustler Wilson, still extremely talented. 90 medium, 90 short, 88 deep, 92 throw power. He's still really good. What were his abilities, actually? Does he have escape artist on one of the lower slots? He does, which is, like, broken. What else do we have? Metcalf, 99 overall. He's got to be an absolute G. Oh, my God. How do you even stop that? 86 trucking for a wide receiver. 99 catch in traffic, 96 short, 93 medium, 97 deep, 99 spec, 99 jump, 99 release, 97 speed. Absolutely insane. I just burped because I'm just, I'm disgusted. I like that. Abilities are pretty sick. What about Samuel? He's 97 overall. Definitely trash in the short route. Remember when I said, he's probably not going to upgrade in the short route much? Look at him, though. I mean, like I said, DK Metcalf clone. Give him another couple of years, and he'll have all those 99s as well, which he already has a lot of anyways. Likely, it was an unlikely story. I can't stop. I need help. His hair is... Did I not notice that before? Is he got a normal haircut and there's like a second set of hair floating? Is that like a hair ghost? But obviously, started off slow, changed the scheme up, and he went off. We already kind of seen Echo. What about Kinnard? He was pretty bad, I'm pretty sure. One of the things, run. He don't like the run game. I'll tell you. And you know what? Personally, me using the run game, I don't like it either, dude. I'm on your side. Salyer is just a weird player in general. He loves the run game. Defensively, I think we already seen Dickens and Carter both had really high power or whatever. You can see 90-something there. Carter, I think, like 96 power move, if I'm not mistaken. 96 power, dude. The DTs don't really matter too much. Barnett, we kind of got a glimpse of him before, but I didn't really fully look. 84 zone coverage. I mean, he's not quite the hit power Bobby, but they got, like, a better prime Bobby, basically. Jordan Brooks, extremely talented and fast as well. This is your, prime Bobby, to be honest. That's insane. Jamal Adams we already looked at, but we'll give him one more look just for the road. Still obviously really insanely talented. Take a look at Scott and then Mr. McDaniels and then call it there. Connor Scott, very good man. Not bad zone, honestly. Very fast, obviously. And then we grabbed the other really fast athletic guy, but he was even more athletic. 94 speed, 84 man, 76 zone. So he was still just getting going, obviously, but still good enough to win a Super Bowl. We were the best team in the league, so it doesn't surprise me, but that is a hell of a Super Bowl performance. Maybe not even the worst way to go out if you're Wilson, you retire. How good is Anthony? He's going to would replace Chris Carson. Obviously, he's ready to go. He's looking pretty good. Ability, balance beam. Oh, God, here he comes. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this one, maybe leave a like. Maybe subscribe if you're new. We do tons of franchise stuff. Maybe follow me on Twitter, JeromepkR, second channel, PKR Plays, and then twitch.tv/JeromepkR for streams, probably one tomorrow night. There will be a second channel video later, if you're interested in the Halo campaign, which I've been, playing on and off. It'll be on PKR Plays. It'll be in the community tab around 7 is when, it'll be live, and you can get a direct link from there. As far as the relocation series and Raiders franchise goes, I think for Raiders franchise, we're probably going to, I wouldn't say call it quits, but maybe it makes a return in like June if we, our relocation franchise is done and we join in as a different team, or maybe give it one more go if we're looking for something to do before the next Madden. But for relocation, I think I might wait till after the Combine, because I think the Combine's going to be kind of hype, and I think a lot of focus is going to go into that. Maybe not from me personally, but just in general, the football community, the football watching community, which obviously is a lot of Madden players as well. So I don't want to get distracted on that. So maybe a couple of days after the Combine, which is like, I mean, that's already kind of mid-March. Like the Combine's like long as hell. But yeah, I think probably like maybe March 10th. I know I said February 1st, then I said March 1st. But I also did kind of say, it could be fluctuant just based on, when the time is right. And I feel like kind of a couple of days after the Combine might be the time is right, especially since that's like the last kind of update to all the rookie classes based on 40 times and all that. So, there might be a few things that change, but that should be kind of like the more definite thing, which I think we're going to be using a rookie class for the relocation franchise. But yeah, definitely look forward to that. Lots to look forward to. So even though we don't have a whole lot of Dolphins franchise videos, because once again, we're very up to date, that's probably going to be like the premier franchise that we're going to be uploading mainly for the next week or so. So just kind of laying that out. We'll do more experiments, more resims, more blast in the past and stuff like that. And, just experiments in general, like, what if this, or how much does this matter, or trade experiments, stuff like that. Regardless, though, now that we got all that out of the way, thanks for watching. If you guys have an idea for something like this for me to do, rebuild challenge-wise, let me know. I know I still have to do the Chargers realistic rebuild. Maybe that'll come out later this week sometime. And I don't know if there's any other realistic teams, but that might be it. Anyways, though, long outro is long. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you come back for the next video. But until next video, see ya. Maybe prioritize capture me. I will say I will talk. I'll just be honest. I will absolutely talk. Boom! How about that for weak, pussy? Licky my sticky. That's... I don't think that's what he meant, but like it's still gross nonetheless. Oh.
Looks like the laser controls are by that window.
Oh yeah, they are. Thanks for telling me, lady. Now we break it. Die! Oh, that's not what I meant. It's that one guy.